Hi guys, the Stage 2 fairing speakers and the upgraded primary amp just arrived. We're going to go ahead and get them installed and see how they sound. Before we start messing with anything, what we want to do is we want to make sure the power is completely disconnected. To do so, I'm just going to remove the main fuse. The main fuse is going to be right behind the plastic cover, right here on the clutch side, right below the seat. To get to it, we just need to remove the clutch side saddlebag, and then the plate will slide on off, and the main fuse will be right behind it. To show you guys the difference in the speakers, as you can see, the Stage 2 magnet is almost 3 times the size. It feels like it's twice the weight, if not more. Definitely seems and appears to be of much better quality than the stock ones. All right, so now that we got the speaker removed, we'll go ahead and install the new speaker. You do have to pay attention as the speakers are orientated, so you do need to be mindful. There is a left speaker and a right speaker. For them to sound good and to get the full quality out of them, you want to make sure you do install them on the right side. So I'm going to start with the left side. I got the left side speaker. Positive and negative is actually super easy. One is a little bit larger than the other. You really can't mess it on up. Just go ahead and slide the wires on, and you slide it right in and attach the 4 screws. Then we just repeat the process on the other side. All right, to remove the fairing, we do need to actually remove the 2 screws that are underneath the cover. So we're not going to install the covers just yet. We're going to go ahead and get those screws on out and start removing the fairing. So after you remove the windshield, there are actually 3 screws that go into the locking mechanism for the windshield. 1 in there, 1 in there, and 1 in there. So you need to remove all 3 of those from both sides. Okay guys, so I got the windshield on off, the windshield mounting brackets, which held down by 3 screws here, 3 screws there. I pulled the front air diverter on off, which all you need is a plastic pry tool to do it. The front comes right off, and then the top literally slides right on off. At this point, there's going to be 6 screws left to go ahead and remove the fairing. We're going to have the 2 in the corners by the speakers, which I already removed. You have the 2 up top here, which I've also removed, and then you have the last 2 right down here. It's important as you get ready to remove all these, you have somewhere to put your front fairing. I just grabbed a seat cushion, got it on the floor, so I have somewhere soft to put this on as I'm done. What I'm going to do is position myself right in front of the bike as I remove these last 2 screws so it can't fall on off and hit anything, hit the cement and get scratched in any way. So with the front fairing completely removed, we could see the stock amplifier. It's held in by 4 screws in the corners, and then the wiring harness, which you'll just pull the red tab, slide it on off, and install the new amplifier the same exact way. All right, so I got the old amplifier removed, installed the new one, got it connected with the old wiring harness, and obviously I got to use the original 4 bolts to lock it back into place. All right, so the amplifier is on in. I'm putting the fairing back on. I got it on, put the first 2 screws in. Something you want to be mindful is as you're sliding the fairing on, there are 2 little lips that do need to catch underneath the black parts of almost like your dashboard here. So if you just slide on too quick, you might miss it. It might be hanging on off, which is going to lead to some issues as you try to screw in the other pieces, and obviously you have a little bit of space there. But let's go ahead and get it all put back together and see how she sounds. All right, guys, just got them installed, and it is loud. I'm not going to show it through the phone. Obviously, it's not going to do it much justice. I will get on out and maybe like an empty parking lot to where I can play the music and walk away, so it's easy for people to judge just how loud it actually is. I think that's probably the best test. But we'll go ahead and try and get that done here in a few days. But trust me, it is much louder and much clearer. I'm super happy with it. I want to give Harley and Rockford Fozgate some credit. The instructions in here are actually super helpful. Not something most of us are used to hearing. They're super informative, easy to follow. They referenced the manual a few times. That is just as easy to follow. Anybody that's fairly handy should be able to install these pretty easily following those instructions. I showed you most of the stuff here pretty easily. Took all of about 40 minutes probably, so it didn't take much time at all. If you found this information useful and helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I just purchased the bike. I'll be doing a bunch of upgrades, installing a bunch of things myself, testing out and trying new things. So if you want to follow my journey, see what I'm doing, maybe you find something you like or don't like, or I can give you some type of advice, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as there's more to do. I'll be going on a long ride here in about a week or so. Next weekend, I'm going to go around Lake Michigan in a weekend, so I'll get a good test of not only the bike, but the speakers as well. So once I get back, I will go ahead and report on that. Hopefully I have some good footage of the trip as well.